all eyes are on Paris, where Team USA flag bearer Coco Gauff is facing off in the second round of women's singles. And we're also looking ahead to the men's gymnastics team finals later today. Foreign correspondent James Longman joins me now with the latest. James, there are so many games, so I'm really banking on your recaps because there's so much to watch, so much over the weekend. You've been zigzagging all over Paris, catching the events live. Tell us where you've been so far today and who you've seen.
So, Stephanie, it was a great day today because this morning I caught Tom Daley, the great British hope in the 10-meter synchronized diving, and he and his partner Noah Williams, they took silver, and it was really brilliant to watch that. You know, Tom has medaled at multiple games now, and he was the flag bearer for Team GB coming down the Seine behind me. A lot of hopes on him, and it was really brilliant to see him win. His family were there, his husband Dustin Lance Black and their children, so that was a lot of fun to see. Honestly, though, Stephanie, going between the different venues has just been a real joy because these are they're venues right next to some of the world's most famous landmarks. The skateboarding takes place on Place de la Concorde, which is basically the end of the Champs-Élysées, the most famous street probably anywhere in the world. So I saw some of the skateboarding. The BMXing is really, really cool. That's in the same location. The beach volleyball, that is at the foot of the Eiffel Tower. I mean, these venues are just out of this world. A lot of sport going on, lots of highlights to share with you, but I do want to give you one because there was a really moving story today. The French took silver in the equestrian, the horse event down at Palace of Versailles, again an amazing venue, but they did it on a horse that was ridden by a young girl, Thaïs Mahor, who died 5 years ago in an accident, and so that same horse took silver today, and her entire team was kind of out dedicating their silver medal to her. So that was really, really moving. That's what these games are all about. Stephanie? Absolutely. That certainly had to be an emotional moment. And you were also there watching Simone Biles live and in person during that qualifying round. Even with that calf injury, she was so impressive. What was that like for you to be there in that arena watching her perform? Yeah, Stephanie, look, I saw her back in 2021 during what was supposed to be the 2020 games in Tokyo, delayed because of COVID. The arenas were empty, so it was great to be there to watch her perform then, but this was a whole different ballgame because the crowds were there, and you see just how much energy she takes. The other ladies from Team USA, they take from the crowd, and she is just such an extraordinary performer. I saw her on the vault, and the thing about Simone Biles is that she's doing moves that the other women cannot do, basically. So even if she makes a couple of mistakes, even if she steps out when she takes a landing, it doesn't matter because her difficulty score is just so high. So a real honor to see her and the other ladies from Team USA. Huge numbers of celebrities were out watching as well. You had Ariana Grande was in the crowd, Tom Cruise was there, Lady Gaga. She is a crowd pleaser, and so pleased that the crowds could be there, unlike back in Tokyo. They surely medal contenders on Tuesday night. That's when the Team USA next goes out for the women's gymnastics. Stephanie? There's so much to watch. It is so exciting and still so much more ahead. James, thank you so much for that recap. We'll check in with you soon. And for more from Paris, let's bring in ABC News contributor and USA Today columnist Christine Brennan. Christine, great to see you. You've been at the swimming venue for the first few days of competition. What performances have stood out to you?
You know, Stephanie, it's really been a wonderful mix of countries winning medals, although right now the U.S. has won more even than Australia, a great little battle there. And I'll start with Tori Husk, 21-year-old Stanford student. She won the 100 butterfly, coming back at the last second, just touching out her teammate, Gretchen Walsh. So the U.S. went 1 and 2. First time that's happened in women's 100 butterfly since 1988 in Seoul. And then Tori Husk brought Gretchen up onto the top of the podium with her so that they could then celebrate during the playing of the Star Spangled Banner together, which is really rare for an athlete to do something like that. So gold and silver for the Americans, Tori Husk, Gretchen Walsh. That was wonderful to see. Of course, there's Katie Ledecky. Of course, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, got a bronze. So she never had a bronze before, Stephanie. She had golds and 7 gold, 3 silvers in her 3 previous Olympics. Now a bronze. Her best events are yet to come. The longer Katie goes and swims, the better her chances. I still expect her to be a gold medal favorite in 2 events moving forward later this week.
Amazing. Let's talk about basketball. So we also see the women's basketball team play for the first time this afternoon. We'll see them. What are you watching for there?
You know, it's the U.S. against Japan, and we know the United States is the most dominant team in history. They last lost in 1992. But Japan was in the gold medal game 3 years ago. And Japan is a good, fast, swift, interesting, strategic team. And the U.S., of course, has had a lot of controversy because Caitlin Clark, obviously one of the biggest names in sports, if not the biggest name in all of sports, was not picked to be on the team. And even yesterday, Dawn Staley, who was part of the committee, said that Caitlin Clark is playing heads and shoulders above almost everyone else. And she was basically saying that they could have picked her for the team. So there will be a lot of eyes on this team because of who's not on the team, even though it's a veteran team that should win the gold medal.
And lots of eyes on the gymnastics team finals today as well. So much to watch. Christine, thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephanie.